When they realize what you meant to their life, they will sit in silence, thinking of the times they ignored your advice, the moments they brushed off your wisdom, the nights they laughed while you prayed for them. When they realize what you meant to their life, they will remember the sacrifices you made, the way you held them up when they were too weak to stand, how you fought battles they never even saw. They will recall the lessons you tried to teach, the patience you showed when they were too blind to see, how you never turned your back even when they walked away, how you loved them when they were unlovable. When they realize what you meant to their life, it won't be in the moments of celebration, but in the quiet spaces where regrets grow, where echoes of your words come back to them. They will hear your voice in their mind, guiding them through choices they now understand, wishing they had listened sooner, praying for one more moment to say, "Thank you." But you never did it for the thanks. You did it because love asks for nothing in return. You gave because it was in your nature. You stood firm because your purpose was greater than their recognition. They will see it all one day, in the faces of their own struggles, when they stand where you once stood, trying to reach someone who won't listen. And in that moment, they will whisper your name, with gratitude, with reverence, with tears, realizing that every step they take forward was because you laid the path before them. When they realize what you meant to their life, they will finally understand what love truly means. When they realize what you meant to their life, they will pause in the middle of their day, haunted by memories they once overlooked, humbled by the truth they failed to see. They will remember the strength in your voice, the fire in your words, the love in your silence. They will recall the lessons wrapped in patience, the discipline clothed in kindness. When they realize what you meant to their life, they will sit in rooms that feel too empty, wishing they had paid more attention, wishing they had held on a little tighter. They will remember the days you stayed up late, waiting for them to come home safe, the prayers whispered in the quiet of the night, the battles you fought with nothing but faith. They will think back to the moments they were reckless, how they ignored your warnings, dismissed your wisdom, how they thought they knew better, only to stumble in the very places you tried to protect them from. When they realize what you meant to their life, they will hear your words in the voices of others, in the echo of their own conscience, in the lessons life will eventually teach them. They will remember the times you forgave, even when they gave you reasons not to, the moments you stood by them, even when they turned away from you. They will recall the way you believed in them, even when they didn't believe in themselves, the way you lifted them up, even when they tried to push you away. When they realize what you meant to their life, they will long for the presence they once took for granted, the steady hand, the unwavering faith, the silent strength that never wavered. They will wonder how you endured, how you stayed patient in their storm, how you never gave up, even when they gave you every reason to. They will see you in the mirror, in their own struggle, their own growth. They will find you in the values they now hold, the wisdom they now cherish. When they realize what you meant to their life, it will be in the way they raise their own children, in the way they speak love into others, in the lessons they now pass down. They will walk the roads you once walked, feeling every step a little differently, realizing that love was never in the grand gestures, but in the quiet, unshaken presence. They will finally understand what sacrifice looks like, not in words, but in action, not in theory, but in life, not in thought, but in legacy. When they realize what you meant to their life, it may be too late to tell you, but not too late to honor you, not too late to live by what you taught. They will speak your name with reverence, hold your lessons with gratitude, and carry forward the love that once carried them. And in that moment, you will not need their words, because you always knew. You were planting seeds, not seeking thanks. When they realize what you meant to their life, they will finally understand that love never leaves. It lives on in the hearts it touched. When they realize what you meant to their life, it won't be in a grand moment of clarity, but in the small, quiet spaces, in the moments where life teaches what you once tried to say. They will wake up one day and feel your absence, not just in the empty chair or the quiet house, but in the strength they now have to stand, a strength you built in them long ago. They will hear your voice in their thoughts, guiding them through decisions they now face alone. When they realize what you meant to their life, it won't be in the moments of celebration, not when the crowd is cheering, not when the spotlight is shining. It will come in the stillness, in the spaces between their victories, when the weight of the world settles on their shoulders, and they remember who once carried it for them. They will wake up one day and feel your absence, not just in the empty chair at the dinner table, not just in the phone that no longer rings with your call, but in the wisdom they now wish they had cherished. They will hear your voice in their struggles, the same voice they once ignored, now the compass guiding them forward. The same lessons they dismissed, now the only ones that make sense. When they realize what you meant to their life, they will sit in a quiet room, replaying every moment they took for granted, wishing for just one more. They will remember the times you sacrificed, when you stayed up late to make sure they were safe, when you went without so they could have more, when you poured into them even when you were running on empty. They will think back to the times they misunderstood you, when they thought you were too hard on them, too strict, too protective, and realize it was love. Love that refused to let them settle for less than they were meant to be. When they realize what you meant to their life, it will be when they're in your shoes, when they are the ones making the sacrifices, when they are the ones waiting up, praying, hoping, believing in someone who doesn't yet understand the depth of their love. They will see you in the mirror, not just in their reflection, but in the way they move, the way they speak, the way they love. They will understand why you never gave up, why you stood strong when it would have been easier to walk away, why you chose patience over frustration and faith over fear. When they realize what you meant to their life, it will be too late to say all the words they should have said, too late to repay all the sacrifices you made, too late to go back and do it differently. But it will never be too late to honor you, to live in a way that makes you proud, to carry forward the lessons you planted, to be for someone else what you were to them. They will speak your name with gratitude. They will hold your memory with reverence. They will tell the stories of how you shaped them, and in doing so, you will never be forgotten. When they realize what you meant to their life, they will finally see that love is not always loud, that strength is not always seen, that the greatest gifts are sometimes the ones unspoken. And they will know, deep in their soul, that you were never just a presence in their life. You were the foundation, the guiding light, the force that shaped them into who they are. And though they cannot go back, though time cannot be rewound, they will move forward with you in their heart, living proof that your love never left. Because when someone truly means something, they never really go away. They live on in the lessons, in the love, in the legacy. When they realize what you meant to their life, it won't be in the moments of comfort, not when life is easy, not when success comes without struggle. It will be in the storm, in the moments when they feel lost, when the weight of responsibility presses down, and they search for the strength they once saw in you. They will wake up one day and feel your absence, not just in an empty seat or a silent phone, but in the quiet spaces where your presence once filled the air, in the wisdom they once ignored, now echoing in their thoughts. They will remember the days you sacrificed, how you carried burdens without complaint, how you smiled when you were exhausted, how you gave everything without ever asking for a return. When they realize what you meant to their life, they will see it in the way they now carry others, in the love they now give, in the sacrifices they now make, and they will finally understand that love is not just words, it is action, it is patience, it is a commitment to something greater than yourself. They will remember the lessons you tried to teach, how you spoke truth when they weren't ready to hear it, how you saw what they couldn't see, and loved them even when they pushed you away. They will think about the times they hurt you, the moments they took you for granted, the times they left you standing alone, not realizing you were the only one truly standing for them. When they realize what you meant to their life, it won't be in the loud moments, not when laughter fills the room, not when success comes easily, not when youth makes them feel invincible. When they realize what you meant to their life, it won't be in the bright moments of victory, not when the crowd is cheering, not when success comes without struggle, not when youth makes them believe they have all the time in the world. It will be in the stillness, in the moments of doubt, when they face battles they once thought they would never fight, when they carry burdens they never imagined would be theirs. They will wake up one day and feel your absence in a way they never expected, not just in the silence of an unanswered call or the emptiness of a seat left untouched, but in the weight of responsibility now resting on their own shoulders. They will remember the words you spoke, the lessons you tried to teach, the warnings they ignored, the wisdom they dismissed, only to find themselves standing in the very places you tried to protect them from. They will recall the nights you stayed up, long after they had gone to sleep, worrying, praying, carrying concerns they never knew existed. They will think about the sacrifices you made, the silent suffering, the unseen struggles, the dreams you put on hold so theirs could take flight. And they will wonder how you did it, how you endured, how you gave so much and asked for so little in return. When they realize what you meant to their life, they will hear your voice in their own, the same tone, the same words, the same patience they once tested, now being tested in them. They will remember the times they hurt you, when they took your love for granted, when they thought you were too strict, too old-fashioned, too much in their way. And they will wish, oh how they will wish, for just one more moment to say, I understand now, I see it. Thank you, but you always knew. You knew that love is often unrecognized in its purest form, that it is not always loud or praised, that real love is in the doing, in the giving, in the sacrifices that go unseen. They will sit in rooms that feel too empty, wishing they had paid more attention, wishing they had asked more questions, wishing they had held on a little tighter. They will remember the lessons wrapped in patience, the discipline clothed in kindness, the silent strength that never wavered, even when life tried to break you. They will finally understand why you worried, why you stayed up waiting, why you fought for them when they didn't fight for themselves. And they will long for just one more moment, one more conversation, one more chance to tell you that they finally see. But time does not grant second chances. It does not rewind. It does not wait for understanding to come early. It only moves forward, leaving behind the unspoken words, the missed embraces, the love that was always there, but not always acknowledged. And yet, love like yours does not die. It does not vanish with time. It lingers in the lessons. It remains in the values. It echoes in the way they now carry themselves, the way they love, the way they sacrifice, the way they give without expecting in return. They will tell your story to their children. They will pass on the wisdom you tried to teach them. They will make decisions with your voice guiding them, even when they can no longer hear it. And in doing so, you will never be forgotten. Because love like yours is not erased by time. It does not fade when the body is gone. It continues in actions, in choices, in legacies. When they realize what you meant to their life, it will be too late to repay you, too late to hear your voice again, too late to go back and do it differently. But it will never be too late to honor you, to live by the lessons you taught, to embody the love you gave. They will carry you forward in the way they love others, in the way they stand tall in adversity, in the way they give without expecting, in the way they now understand what love truly means. And in that moment, they will finally know that you were never just a chapter in their story. You were the foundation of it all, and though they cannot see you, they will feel you, in the quiet strength that now lives within them, in the wisdom that guides them, in the love that never left. Because when love is real, when it is given without condition, when it is rooted in truth, it does not die. It lives on, forever. When they realize what you meant to their life, it won't be in the moments of laughter, not when joy is effortless, not when success comes without struggle, not when youth convinces them they have forever. It will come in the stillness, in the quiet spaces where your voice once filled the air, in the pauses between breaths, when they reach for someone who is no longer there.